Hello everybody, Graham here and welcome to another Terraria tutorial. In this tutorial I am going to show you how to destroy the Destroyer. Now for those of you who don't know, the Destroyer is a hard mode boss and he is a mechanical hard mode boss, one of 3. There are several hard mode bosses and the Destroyer is considered one of the easiest to defeat. Now, as you can probably see, I am just in a basic arena right now. This will be the arena I will be fighting the Destroyer. If we have a little look at my map, it is nothing spectacular. It is just a series of wooden lines, and I have my nurse up there with my spawn point. Now, the reason I have my nurse up there is because if I am running out of health and I cannot use a potion, I will spawn back here. I will quickly have a chat with her and get her to heal me, and then I will go straight back down. Go away! I will go straight back down and keep on fighting him. But to be honest, as this is not an expert, I have never once had to do that. Not to say that that won't happen when I actually go to fight him in this tutorial. I'd also like to show you the items I will be using because they are very important. I am going to be using the Adamantite Sword, which has the legendary modifier. This will allow me to defeat the probes that he fires at you. Now, if you don't know, his body is made up of many probes. He releases them. They can fire lasers at you. You can use a distance weapon like this, the titanium repeater, but I would recommend using a big broadsword like the Adamantite Sword because you can just swat them out the sky. They will also drop a little heart piece sometimes, and you can collect that and increase your health as you're going along, which you will see. I've also got, of course, the titanium repeater, which can be made using the titanium hard mode ore. And for the arrows, I have jester arrows. The reason I have jester arrows is because they are piercing. You can, of course, use whatever weapons you want, whatever arrows you want. If you want to use swords, you can do that. That's entirely up to yourself. But I would recommend using a distance weapon because if the Destroyer comes up close, he will kill you, unless you teleport out, of course. The other item I will be using, and probably the most important item in this whole tutorial, is the Nimbus Rod. The Nimbus Rod is a magnificent weapon, and it is great for stationary attacks. Now, for the likes of this, you can fire 2 clouds. They will release acid rain, or whatever you want to call it. It's a powerful rain that does piercing damage. The Destroyer will be going back and forth here, and as he does, that will be raining down on him and hurting him massively. I cannot stress how important this item is, and it can be found by defeating angry Nimbus clouds. I think there's a 1 in 15 chance that they will actually drop the Nimbus Rod. And the other item, and it's entirely up to yourself, I just use it for effect, it is the Imp Staff. It does nothing, I just like using it because I like having this little guy following me around. With that being said, I need to wait until nighttime before I can summon the Destroyer with my mechanical worm, and then we're going to get into the fight. Just before we do that, just as little side items I'm going to be using are wings. You can use whatever wings you want. I have the Frostspark boots, but again, you can use whatever boots you want as long as they're fast running. The reason being, if he starts firing lasers up at you, you need to be able to get past them quickly, like so. I also have the fleeting shoe spikes, or the shoe spikes, and the adamantite armor. You might want to pause your screen right now to see what items I'm using, but I've just gone through them all, so it should be fine. If you have any questions, by all means, please ask me in the comments below. I will try and reply to whoever comments. Now it's time to wait until nighttime.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so here we are at nighttime, and one thing I forgot to mention was that I also put a heart lantern here, and up here I believe, and a fire to give me extra regeneration for my health. With that being said, let's summon the Destroyer. Now here he is being summoned, and we'll go and try and see him. This is what he looks like, guys, and all those little red lights are the probes he can fire at you. Now right now he's not doing much damage because he's not hitting me, but I'm not going to give him the chance because I'm going to fire my Nimbus Rod twice, and as you can hear in the background, it is doing some damage, and there's those lasers I was telling you about. So while the Nimbus is doing its damage, I will start firing, and here he is. He's already started firing the probes, and I can fire at him at the same time. Now, luckily, the probes aren't overwhelming right now, but they soon will increase in numbers, and when they do, I will be using my sword to attack them like so. So here we go, I'm going to attack them, and as you can see, they are dropping hearts as they get destroyed, and these hearts is what I'm using, or these hearts are what I'm using to rejuvenate my health. I, of course, have health potions if I need them, but hopefully we won't have to use them. Let's just try and dodge these lasers, because they are what does most of the damage when it comes to the destroyer. The probes can do damage if you let them, but if you destroy them quick enough, they're really not that deadly, to be honest with you. Now, the one thing to watch out for is make sure your Nimbus Rods don't run out like they have just now, and just keep an eye on them to make sure they are continuously firing down on him. Now, I might need to use a health potion in a second. I really don't want to die. Yeah, I had to use a health potion. One thing you can do, guys, is go down to your further on layer, and you can collect the hearts there. And there we go, it's done. Now just finish off these probes, and I think that's it. That was really easy, guys. I didn't have to use a potion till just towards the end. So let's have a look at what loot he has dropped. Now, because we're not an expert, he will not drop the goodie bag that the hard mode bosses drop in expert, but he will drop some other things. So let's have a wee look. So we have greater healing potion, hallowed bars, and of course the soul of might. All these items can be used to craft hard mode items. Without my guide here, I can't tell you exactly which ones, but that is it. Now, I hope this guide has helped you in your efforts to kill the destroyer, or destroy the destroyer. If you have found this helpful in any way, please drop me a like, and why not subscribe. My name is Graham, this is Video Game Recap, and thanks for watching.